Hey guys, I'm back with another Bruce Box update, so let's get started. So we're seeing that big players in the market, they are able to control the price even more. So yesterday I was commenting on SV Days, Paldea, and Paradox. Um, their price being kind of controlled by heavy tech, having such a large position in the market, and making it so that the price can't really change much from that. Um, and I'm like, okay, I don't expect really price changes for those boxes. Um, there was a change in two of the boxes again. So one of them was a new player. I don't. Maybe they're not that new. Like I just haven't really remembered them. But Midwest TCG Co. put 200 boxes of Twilight Masquerade at 220. So yeah, good luck getting through all that. Interestingly enough, Twilight the mid actually kind of went up yesterday, or it reached like the high of its normal range. So at 19 boxes, usually it's more like say average is more like 12 boxes. Um, yeah, I think that this is like 400 the other day. Now it's at 600, and yeah, like whatever they decide prices at, maybe they'll decide at some point that the price should really be 230 and they raise it. But yeah, they it's a lot of Twilight Masquerade. Um, the other change is that for temporal forces, heavy tech had about I think 70 something boxes yesterday. Some of them were sold, and now they have listed for 183, which is an increase. They had it around probably what it was the low price yesterday at like 177. So yeah, temporal is now more appropriately priced. Yesterday it was basically the same price as Paradox, which is ridiculous. Um, Now it's still the second most cheapest booster box, even when comparing it to like Scarlet and Violet base, Battle Styles of Vivid Voltage. So it still seems like undervalued in that sense. The main issue with Temporal is that um, it hasn't gotten a reprint, and so like who knows if it gets the one, then that'll affect prices. At least a significant reprints. Another one is that I recently sold on Pokemon Center after being on for so long, so that's gonna make some like resistance in the near future, pretty much because people have bought recently at the high prices at MSRP plus tax or whatever, and there's more boxes available, but not necessarily cheap boxes though. Okay, so but yeah, a good amount of price changes. I'm just gonna go over um, what I'm seeing with Sword and Shield and Scarlet. Some of it's the same, some of it's a little different. Some of it is just confirmations of past predictions. Um, Okay, so Scarlet base, it's kind of its low sort of demand. It's still consistent, but it's about seven. That's kind of the lowest I've seen is like six recently. So just kind of the lowest of this sort of consistent trend. Again, heavy tech is over here at about 40 boxes, and the selling rate is like too low to really break past that. Not to mention there are other sellers who go below that, so they get also sold. Paldea is kind of the same case. It didn't really go up because heavy tech is the lowest listed price pretty much at 50 boxes, so it'll take some time for that. I think Paldea and Temporal moved the most amount of boxes, and then Obsidian and Paradox moved the least, at least for heavy tech boxes. So that just gives you a sense of like Paldea might get you the boxes faster, but I feel like Paldea's demand did go up, return back to normal a little bit to about 14 boxes. It was kind of dipping between the 11th to about the 14th, just or at least the 13th. So like to about 10 boxes. Now it's returning to more about 15ish boxes, which is a good sign. I think the two strongest boxes I'm seeing are Obsidian Flames and Stellar Crown as far as like future price increases. So Obsidian Flames, and by future I mean like next couple of days or a week or so. They just they're two favorite Sora boxes. Like they're not the best boxes, but they're boxes that for whatever reason tend to perform well when you would think otherwise. Um, because I see five boxes for this 199 price or 200 price, almost like 50 cents off. Then I get four at 200, and then it breaks 200 at 202, and then right after that goes to 207. So there's only 10 boxes until it reaches 207. Um, Pretty crazy for a box you get like that was not really loved back in the day, and it isn't even worth that much. The cards aren't even worth that much in a sense. The only thing with Obsidian though is that demand has died down a little bit. So it was pretty consistently at least like 9 boxes sold most days. Like literally from like the 23rd. I guess there's eight, but close enough. 23rd to the 14th. It was consistent, and then the last day, it kind of decreased. I guess today's not over yet, so it could have been just yesterday. But yeah, and when I look at sales data, people have already bought the boxes at $200. Seems like some of the resistance is gone, and we are going to see it finally climb up to 200. Um, yeah, Paradox again. I think it dropped a little bit. Um, it's at like one. It dropped like $1. It's about 175. But yeah, heavy tech is over here 100 boxes. That's really difficult to buy through to get to the next price point. Demand is still pretty decent at 20. That's actually slightly higher than normal. Like sometimes more like 17 to 19. But yeah, demand is still kind of doing decent. Actually, it's pretty crazy because um, Paradox only has 240 boxes listed, and Heavy Tech put post 100. So Heavy Tech went off the market. There'll be only 140 boxes. Um, yeah, that's pretty insane. Um, yeah, I think I already talked about Temporal a little bit. I mean, I didn't talk about demand. So Temporal demand has actually increased a lot yesterday. It's 22. Um, yeah, like I told you guys, like after Pokemon certain things sell out, like there's an initial spike on sellout day, but then it kind of slows down a little bit, and then like prices will eventually start moving. So we might start like this trend in the last couple of days where I see 12, 14, and 22 boxes sold is kind of a good trend. Um, I'm also looking at the total quantity. Like Heavy Tech has 67 boxes out of the 200 boxes. So like once that sells out, there's only like 130, 140 boxes. So it's interesting. Like yeah, these players really have a huge effect on the available supply. But yeah, I'm gonna keep looking at for Temporal to see how well it does. Um, Twilight, I mentioned, like it just has the demand like went up, but yeah, that's a big hurdle. 200 boxes, like that's like the biggest hurdle. It's several times more than the other ones. And I mentioned Surging Sparks is the other box doing well. I think it's actually about to do better than Obsidian. Um, they're about the same price, but there's only 100 boxes of Stellar. How much Obsidian is there? Obsidian has 200 boxes. That's part of it. Like it's interesting because Obsidian. I mean, Obsidian has had more reprints than Stellar, but Stellar has. I'm really surprised how little Stellar there is on the market. But yeah, you see one box at 199 and one box at 200, and it goes three boxes at 201, and then so it just takes 5 boxes being sold to go to about 205. Um, and then yeah, I think like Stellar has a stronger case though because the man didn't really go down. It was 14 yesterday, so it's been consistently around. Some days it's like 7 to 10. Some days it's like 12 to 14. So average is let's say 10 or 9. So it's just like it's been higher than Obsidian, at least with that recent decrease. But it also seems to be doing well to get to the next price points. I think that the boxes reaching past 200 would be a major change because there's been a lot of resistance. Like a lot of people were like, no, like I don't want it to be 200. I want it to be 199, whatever. Um, but eventually we're gonna have to get used to like higher price booster boxes. All these booster boxes are gonna go like 200. It's just a matter of time, and we just need other boxes to break through. Um, like we just keep getting close. Like the boxes to reach 200 are SC base, Obsidian, Paradox, Temporal, and Stellar. So it looks like Obsidian and Stellar are gonna be the first ones to actually break 200. Like not just have this 199 stuff. And then after that, I'm not really sure. Like Paradox has a lot of resistance, but yeah, I feel like Temporal might be a dark horse and just come up from behind. But yeah, it seems clear that Obsidian and Stellar are more likely to reach 200s and maybe stay there. Okay, uh, Sword and Shield, there's surprisingly been price increases. Some of them are like pretty minor, but I want to go over just kind of confirmation of what I've been seeing before. I'll just go over the easy ones. So Sword and Shield, Rebel Class, nothing really happening. Darkness Ablaze, for those who are interested. There was a blip in demand where nothing was sold, but now it's kind of going back to at least one a day. It's still relatively slow, but it's going. It's just going really. It really is like turtle pace. Um, but I don't know. Eventually, it should finally hit like the 214s, but it's just really, really, really slow. Like this is like if you're only selling one box a day at these numbers and people are realistic, it could really take a month or a couple of months. But at least it's selling. Um, Chilling Rain, I don't really have anything interesting about that. Like two boxes sold yesterday, which is good. But honestly, like Chilling Rain is a pretty tiring set to look at. Like it really needs to break the 330s. Um, Evolving Sky, same thing. Like it's a pretty tiring set to look at. As far as pricing goes, it has to just break. I think I said 1340s the other day. That's kind of the target price for it to really break through some resistance. But it's been at about 1300 recently, 1307. Fusion Strike is an interesting one. I mentioned yesterday how like I'm comparing Fusion Strike to Lost Origin, and Fusion Strike just seems stronger. And yeah, like the price increase kind of supports that. Like, um, it's already gone back to pretty much its previous high of 490. Um, while Lost Origin is there, but as at the previous high of 403. Um, but Fusion Strike seems to have fewer boxes needed to be sold in order to break to like about 495 to 500. I see over here it'll take six boxes to get to 495. Four or more are 495. Um, yeah, it takes 10 boxes to reach 500. Versus Lost Origin. Let's see, four were sold yesterday, but it's significant. Its next increase is about 410. So 410 is around um, here. That's about 410. So that's 5, 12, 16, like 24 boxes. So yeah, like I'm more optimistic that Lost Origin will break its resistance faster than Lost Origin. Like I saw the same numbers yesterday. I saw it today. Fusion Strike seems to be doing quite strong right now. Um, and then the mid tier sets like Battle Styles is it only sold one box after not selling. It's in a slow period. If it breaks out, slow period could increase, but it's like 300. Astral Radiance is a more fast moving set, as well as Silver Tempest. Which I mentioned this before. Like yeah, Fusion Strike, Silver Tempest, Astral Rays. As far as price movements go for Sword and Shield, look out for those. Those are the ones that have the most momentum. Yeah, it's still stuck at 275, but there's only one box left at that price, and it goes to 280. So yeah, Astral Radiance is kind of the move. It's been selling a box consistently around. It's been slowing down a little bit, but still selling at least one box. But before that, it would sell at least like three or four boxes. Um, and then Silver Tempest, yeah, like the last 2 days, sales have been great. 10 boxes each. That's more than some Scarlet Violet boxes. Um, at least on single days. So, and yeah, so we've reached a new high of about 270. Um, and you're seeing like I've told you guys I have like I like Silver Tempest because it actually has an alt art. It's right behind Astral Radiance in price. Um, and I wouldn't be surprised if it like overtook it. Um, and then people will say it's the second best set. Well, it's better than Astral Radiance at least. Um, but yeah, to as far as the next price points, I see a 280 over here. It's 280 over here. It's 273. So it takes four boxes to reach the 280 price. Um, yeah, with this momentum, it'll definitely keep going. Yeah. All right. So that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys. Bye.